Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thank everybody for coming to the channel, liking, subscribing, leaving your comments, whether positive or negative. Welcome to my channel, Tony Harvin. I appreciate everybody for coming out. It's our second time on the live today. This is live conversation number 161. Live conversation number 161, where we just have regular conversations. That's it. As you would with somebody, your friend, and your family. Do remember, if you have subscribed to this channel or whatever the case may be, hit the notification bell and make sure when you hit the notification bell, select all, because I realize that YouTube has not been sending out notifications to all my subscribers or whatever the case may be. It's like they send it out to about 6% of the subscribers on here, man. And I reached out to them and whatnot to find out, if I'm being shadow banned or whatever the case may be, man. And that's what they recommended, man. It's nothing else I could do. I know some people have subscribed and hit the notification bell, and they still state they're not receiving no notification upon the videos. You understand? So also hit me up on Facebook, Tony Fast Hands Harvin, TONY space FASHANDZ space HARVIN. Catch me on rumble.com, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case may be. And the topic is why is it so hard? Why is it hard to trust people in these days? Why is it hard to trust people in these days? That's what we're going to be conversating about in general, man. Trust issues and things of that nature. What up, Nina Sita? Nina Sita from Cali. What up, what up, what up, what up? Moni. Appreciate that. Okay, right on. What up, Flemings? Mr. Ham, what up, what up? What up, what up, what up? Deron Harris. He says, good to see you. God is great. Absolutely. Tika Johnson. Greetings to you too. Sandra Williams. What's up? What's up? What's up? You said sometimes you get the notification, sometimes you don't. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't understand. They suggested that, people hit the notification bell when you subscribe or whatever. I told them that. But they still recommended that. I don't know why. I do believe in a website like YouTube or Facebook can shadow ban you. I do believe in that. You understand that? They say it's not true, but that's hard to believe. Very, very hard to believe when you got, hypothetically speaking, let's say you got 1 million subscribers and only 100 people come on your live or only 200 people is notified. Something's wrong there. You understand that? Something's wrong. But I bet you it was a LGBTQ YouTube channel. You understand that? You know what I mean? But it is what it is, What up? What is that? Orange Yetta? That's how you pronounce your name. Defend yourself. You are being talked about by the wolf. What up, the wolf? You said defend yourself. Defend myself. What do you mean? Ain't nobody bothering me. Listen, ain't nobody in my house. You understand? You understand that? You know what I mean? That's the only defense I'm worrying about right now. Nice and peaceful in his house. You know what I'm saying? Spick and span. Quiet. Just the way I like it. You said you're being talked about by other false prophets because they ain't prophets. Right now. I don't care. Listen, they ain't outside the door banging on my door. They ain't out there. It'll be a different story. It'll be a different type of defense. That's for real. You understand that? Left hook, right hand, slip, pivot, round, drop them, put them in a half guard, full guard, put that guillotine on them, take them out. You understand? So ain't nobody in here, man. I ain't worrying about them. You understand? I ain't worried about them. Mr. Ham said, Mr. Ham, Tika John said, God said he will defend us, protect us. Absolutely. Absolutely. But he talking about some YouTube stuff, man. I ain't really concerned about that. We listen, we in the grown type of moment today and all that, as we had a good conversation earlier. You know, we're about to have a good conversation now about trust issues for sure. You know, so whatever they talking about over there, man, ain't really doing nothing for the people. You understand that? All right. You know, because they do that every day, all day. I could see if you are talking about somebody, you know, here and there, once in a while, you know, whatever the case may be, but every day, all day, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Listen, if you got a wife at home, listen, if you got thighs and hips at home, man, you got if you got thighs and hips at home, what you worrying about another man for? Every day, all day. You understand? For real. Word. You said Mr. Ham says, I trust people till they give me a reason, not that been a rule of my life for a long time. Absolutely. You know, absolutely. You know what I mean? A lot of times it is like that, man. You know, you give people the benefit of the doubt to, you know, to trust them, you know, to build trust with them and things of that nature. But once they cross the line, once they do something that's a little like, whoa, you understand that? Like I put my time, I put my trust in you and things like that. You know what I mean? And then they just betray you. So I definitely understand that. Anthony Johnson, amen to that. Thank God for you. Appreciate that. Georgina Flemings, one of the channel moderators, you said so many reasons why we lack trust, mental health, personality factors, social experiences, and the most common is early childhood experiences. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, childhood experiences definitely can linger on until we get in the upper age. You understand that? That's for sure. That's a good point. Nina Sita says even if they were knocking on your door, God got you. No, I mean that's true, but I would pray for them even more so. For sure, for sure. If any false prophet ever happened to go on YouTube, excuse me, on Google, even in members, even low riders, happen to go on Google and Google Tony Harvin name to find out where he lives, much praise to you. Much praise to you. Mm. I'm rubbing my chops together. Mm-mm-mm. For sure. For sure. For sure. That's my type of party right there. You understand? But we hope we hope that don't happen. You understand that? You gotta understand I was a fighter first before this YouTube stuff, man. Be careful. Be careful. And they I think Gina was talking about that too before. Not to get off topic, but you know, people came and stalked his house and stuff like that, man. That's not cool, man. That's not cool at all. That's not cool because you don't even know what another family member may have possessed. You understand that? You don't know what you may run into when you try to stalk somebody, man. Be careful out there, man. Be careful. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Georgina Fleming says, having low self-esteem, you are less likely to trust. Good point. Tika Johnson. Hey, Eleanor. What you say? No, Taradone. He says, they don't want that smoke. Literally. That's all I'm going to say. Literally. You know? Love why you too. I guess you mean love you too says, and that's the person YouTube name, you know. It says, I trust no one. People are so capable of many things. Nothing surprises me when it comes to people. he said chill, Mayweather. You know, listen, you gotta add some John Jones in there. You got to add some wrestling in there and all that other stuff in there too, you know? we hope that those things don't happen, but the whole misconception is that people think they can do what they can do. They heart exceed what they can physically do. You understand that? You know? All right. So many problems in the world today, lots of anxiety, depression, fear of abandonment, and or attachment issues. That's a good point right there. That's definitely a good point. You know, humanity is humanity. Crazy people in this world, brother. Crazy people in this world, brother Tony. CW. They are crazy. They are crazy. You understand that? Not crazy in a they listen, they crazy in the sense of putting themselves in danger. You understand that? What up, Ernest? What up, Alicia Williams? Mal Ali says, cross the line, get the business. Oh man, this is funny, man. This is some funny stuff. He said, cross the line, get the business. That almost reminds me of that Tazariak video with Brother Polite. that's what that comment remind me of. Eleanor says, who would stalk a preacher's house? You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. You'd be absolute surprised how some people who are low riding or who have a dislike for the truth, what they would do to try to cause any type of, well, I ain't scared of nobody or fear of nobody. I don't care who they are, but they think, by them stalking people, by them stalking other people and stuff like that, that it's going to do something. Ain't going to do nothing. We equip. We equip. It's easy work. They ain't doing nothing. I believe he had, I forgot what program that was. He said somebody came out in a van or something like that or something. I forgot, but I remember. Just like the man stalked him at the gas station years ago and pulled out a hunter's knife. Of course, Gino got busy. I mean, people got to understand the man studied fighting, man. The man still got them skills from when he was young. He still got them MMA skills, them boxing skills and stuff like that, man. People gotta understand that, man. You can't be rolling up on people like that. You understand? Taylor Young, you emailed me about a discussion. You did? I gotta look in the spam folder, man. Sometimes that stuff go in the spam folder, All right. He just now answering back. What up, Drella? Mr. Ham says, I hear you, brother. Turning the other cheek, that's something you got to come up to, right? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But, it's just YouTube. It's just YouTube, man. It's sad that people would go to that extent of trying to find out where a person lives, just based upon some YouTube stuff. But you got to understand, man, you might be rolling up on a killer. You might be rolling up on somebody with a CCW. You understand that? You might be rolling up on somebody in law enforcement. You don't even know. You understand that? So I would tell them to be careful, man. Be careful out there stalking people. Because if you become an imminent threat just by knocking on somebody's door, listen, they got the right. They got the right, especially here in North Carolina. You understand? He definitely got the right. Sharon Teller, greetings. Taylor Young. Well, I don't care about that. I don't care what he's saying. I don't care about that, man. We gave him an invite. We gave him an invite already 4 times already, so we ain't gonna deal with him, man. You know what I'm saying? He's scared to step in the ring. He's scared to step in the ring. So we ain't gonna bother him no more, man. He's scared. You understand? Not trusting many people feel it keeps them safe from hurt and or from betrayal, but unfortunately it leaves you not only isolated but suspicious. What's up, Cassie Williams? Theron Harris says, you and Gino try so hard to help people. C-Rock too, and Judah and Perdido. And all the other people who, push out the message out there. Shout out to Sunday with the testimonies on his YouTube channel. The brother, I think his brother name is I forgot his name, who did the interview with me. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Forgive me. You said these crazy people should wake up and try listening to you. If they did, they would find out that God has a lot of blessings for them. Absolutely, man. I'm not, putting, me at a high pedestal, but it's all about God at the end of the day. It's all about God. But one thing is, I'm not going to sit here and let anybody, you know what I mean? Anybody, I doubt they'll have the same energy in person. There was one individual by the name of Jansen Williams. You know what I'm saying? He came, he's a heckler. He's a heckler who came to the temple one time in Philly. He came, and I was there. Did he have that same energy that he have on the internet? No. Not at all. So these guys talk a crazy way over the internet, but once they see you in person, it's different, man. It's different. You know what I mean? So they can talk that stuff over the internet, man, whatever. You know what I mean? Talk about your brother, talk about your kids and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when they see you in person, it's yes, sir, no, sir. How you doing, sir? You understand? So I don't pay clowns like that no mind, man. If you're gonna have that same energy over the internet, you should have it in person. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you even less than low than a coward. Simple as that. You know what I mean? CW. They have to learn the hard way of running up on somebody's property. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So if you come to somebody's property, you're automatically guilty right then and there. You're automatically guilty. You know what I mean? Cassie Williams says the Bible says curse is the man who trusts in a man. Tammy Baldwin says white van with padlocks on them. Wow. I'm a one God man says the false prophet wants you to put them up on your channel or make them famous. I mean, listen, like I said, I gave them an invite 4 times, man. They know the email. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth. CW says my Glock is always near. What you got a Glock 17 Gen 5? Huh? Glock 19? What you got? You know what I mean? He said a Glock. He says might have a Smith and Wesson. What up, Andrew Jackson? Mr. Ham says, did you talk to G-Man? Yes. Listen, me and G-Man talking right now, man. See that? I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. Me and G-Man talking right now, man. He said, what exactly do you want to talk about? I guess with you and him. He said he'll be free Saturday and Sunday night, anytime after 6 p.m. G-Man to Mr. Ham. So, that discussion may happen. G-Man, some people know him from, beating down the Israelites. And hopefully, he'll come on here to have a biblical discussion. I would like to see a debate with G-Man. He be coming at the Hebrew brothers. Absolutely. I used to talk to G-Man years ago, man. Years ago. You know what I mean? We just, reconnected again. And, we'll see if he come back on and have a biblical discussion for sure. What up, Lady Speed? Paul Mountain Joshua. Can't kill a man in a blazer. You covered. You funny. You funny as ever. Eleanor says you go to the church in Philly. I visit one of the temples for the first time in South Carolina. You probably talk about Columbia, maybe. I think so. It was great minus I ain't gonna say that one. But the message was great. Enjoyed the opening prayer. Well, That's what's up, man. Once in a while, when I can, I'll visit the temple in Philly, man. But I was just given, that time when that heckler Jansen Williams came to the temple, man. You know what I mean? Some years ago. Taylor Young said you should get some Buddhists and Hindus on here. I mean, that's what's up. That's a good idea for sure. What up, Cartels Young? What up? What up? What up? What up? As we're talking about why is it so hard to trust people in these days? Some people had some good points, especially Georgina Flemings. Absolutely. One point she made was, things from the past could really affect the person's building trust and things like that when they get older. Mr. Ham brought up another good one. You know what I mean? You could give a person an opportunity, what I'm saying, to build trust with you, but it's until, I'm not going to say they will mess up, but sometimes, a lot of times, people tend to mess up, man, tend to break that trust barrier. You know what I mean? When you give it to them. Let me see. You said, will there be a round 2 with Mr. Taz? We working on it, man. We're definitely working on it, man, to see what day is good for them to have a part 2. Like I said earlier, man, listen, brothers fight, when we was kids. We go in the backyard, scrap it out, fight, you know what I mean? And then after that, we go in the house, play Street Fighter, eat some ice cream, and watch WWF when it was called that. You understand? We make up, Fab says, what do you think about the Kyrie situation? Honestly, man, I haven't been following it. So I really don't know. I haven't been following it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let Your Light Shine says, hello, what up, what up, what up? Ari Cole says, evening. Good evening to you too. Craft Legacy says, this religion stuff is deep. I'm just now getting into it. It was brought up Christian is a chart. Got back into it after my dad's death. Whoa. You gotta chill out on the profanity, man. I don't know if that was a typo or whatever the case may be, but I don't allow profanity on this channel. You understand? You know what I mean? But like I said, I don't know if that was a typo or whatever the case may be on your end. You said trust is hard at times, Cassie Williams. Absolutely. It's definitely hard, man. You know what I mean? You give a person or people your time and invest your time in them to build trust. And then, a lot of people got the audacity to break your trust, man, and certain things that they do, to be disloyal. Drella, this is why I keep my circle small. Demonic energy is everywhere. It's so sad that we can't embrace our fellow man. I agree. Loretta Kelly says, hello, Mr. Harvin. I pray all is well with you and your family. God bless you. Absolutely. Appreciate that. My kids agree. Hope your family kids are good too. Cartels Young says, because people only care for themselves and no one else. That's a good point right there, man. People are out there, only fending for themselves, man. You know what I mean? Good point. LNR says you should invite Marcus Rogers up here for a debate about remarriage. I think he is on his third or fourth one, but he claims to be a mighty prophet. I think about it. I think about contacting Marcus Rogers or whatever the case may be. That'd be good. Listen, that'd be good, man. That'd be good, man. But I doubt he would accept it. I doubt Marcus Rogers would accept an invite to come on here, to have a respectful biblical discussion on that. You understand that? But you never know, man. You never know. I'm in the midst of reaching out to people, G-Man and IURC Israelites. Y'all brought up Marcus Rogers. Stephen Anderson I hit up years ago. Maybe I try again. Who else is out there, man? We know TD Jakes ain't gonna take it. We know Creflo Dollar ain't gonna take it. You understand that? You know, but we'll see though. We'll definitely see. Are we supposed to trust each other? You wrote a question and you said, are we supposed to trust each other? Paul Mountain, you know, not trusting a person, you know what I'm saying, is not sin or whatever the case may be. Trust, that takes work, man. That takes work. You know, I can't let somebody in my circle and stuff like that and immediately have trust for them. That stuff takes work, man, at the end of the day. You said Sunday night is good for you, Mr. Ham. I'll let him know. I definitely let him know. Mr. Ham, you said the Trinity, and I think you said what? Woman preaches. I think you said that. Are you saying that G-Man he agrees with women preachers? Are you stating that? You know? Light in the darkness says, oh, you wrote a scripture, Proverbs 3 and 5. Proverbs 3 and 5. That's what's up. Okay, you said typo, Craft Legend. All right, my fault. I tell a younger man, I'm just not going to that, you know, talking about these so-called false prophets and hecklers, man. I'm not really trying to lean on that because I invited them on this platform to have a biblical discussion and things like that. You know, they don't want to step in the ring. They don't want to put the gloves on. They don't want to put the mouthpiece in, and you know what I mean? They don't want to get it in, you know, with the scriptures and whatnot. So we're just gonna leave them alone, man. Let them keep talking on the outside of the ring, you know what I mean? Without stepping into the square circle to defend the truth that they think it is with them, for sure. You know, you said, well, I'm not really concerned about the views, Eleanor, you know, but that would be an interesting debate for sure. You know what I mean? All right. You said Jake the Snake. You know what I mean? All right. You said you was crafted legacy says I was brought up in the religion. I got away from it. But when my dad passed away 6 years ago, I'm getting back into it. I'm wondering who should I listen to on the internet to maintain mental health. Well, listen, there's very few preachers out there preaching the truth, man. You know, I recommend, of course, the Truth of God. You know, you could go back to the early 1940s or 50s. You could type in S.C. Johnson. Who else is out there? So well, back then it was a lot of God sent preachers back then. And these days, man, it ain't like that no more, man. It's very few, very, very few, as you know, Gino mentions, man. And he's absolutely right about that one, man, for sure. David Lynn, you says, or you can invite David Lynn up here. He's kind of know-it-all. I used to follow his teachings until he started making reggae rap gospel. I think Mr. Dory Love is under him too. You know what I mean? I think it is, you know. Mr. Ham says, let me know if you agree to the title of the debate. No Trinity, no women preacher. He does agree with women preachers. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know G-Man agree with that. I never knew that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to definitely ask him. Trella says, did you see T.D. Jakes at Diddy's birthday party? He was singing happy birthday to him. Oh, man. T.D. Jakes. Listen, that's like Gino going to Pop Smoke party or the Migos party or something like that, you know, hypothetically speaking. You understand that? He shouldn't even be in there, man. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? People always say, why are you judging? Why this? Why that? You understand that? But if you take on a title of a pastor and whatnot, and you trying to lead the people to the word of God, you understand? Why would you be in the midst? Why would you be in an area where you know there's possibly drugs, There's possibly prostitution going on in there. You know, a lot of ungodly things. You know, that's crazy, man. I didn't know. I didn't know that. But you know, those type of preachers, man, they want to be in the limelight. They like attention. And some of them back in the day, when they first started out in storefronts and whatnot, they was getting down with some truth. But you know, people fall off once they start getting that little bit of fame, a little bit of attention. They don't know how to humble themselves, man. They don't know how to come down or stay at a level of just being humble. Never mind the popularity, never mind the fame, or whatever the case may be. Just stay a humble servant to the Lord and things like that, and keep trying to lead people to the Word of God for sure. Cassie Williams says, I think the debates help me understand the Bible more. No one can defeat the Bible. Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. You know? All right. Appreciate that, Georgina Flemings. You know? Stating the truth isn't judging. Wonderful. What up, Britt Blake? We're just here talking about trust issues, trustworthy and things like that, loyalty, and what have you. Loretta Kelly says, I really want to see Pastor Gino Jennings versus I guess that's his cousin, Jamal Bryant. So Gino and Gino and Jamal Bryant are actually related, you know. Brit, okay. All right. Let me see if I miss anybody else. So y'all suggested David Lynn and Marcus Rogers. I hope I don't forget that. David Lynn and Marcus Rogers. Mr. Ham says, "Oh, and let Cartel know that I'm a tapping out too whenever he ready." Trina Walker says, "This is the best thing on YouTube. Love it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You know." All right. What else? Well, you get what you get Brother Jay on here. Brother Jay's scared, man. These people are scared. Him, LC Mathis, they scared, man. I already emailed Brother Jay. I already emailed him. You know what I mean? I already emailed him, man. They got a bunch of excuses, man. I don't got time for those people, man. I don't got time for him neither. Dory Love. I don't got time for him, man. Do you enjoy doing lives? I mean, lives are okay. You know, I mean, I've been on YouTube for what? They said I've been on YouTube since 2007, man. This is my first year actually doing lives, man. It's my first year. You know, out of all these years of me doing live, man. So I got a lot of catching up to do, man. So that's why I've been doing lives a lot. I got a whole lot of catching up to do with these lives, man. For real. That's for getting me up to date on the conversation. It's hard to trust people nowadays because of everyone wanting a title and to be seen. I wish we can just walk in our truth and be real. Britt Blake, you know? All right. That's what's up. That is what's up, man. The gathering of Christ Church, that would be a good debate. The gathering of Christ Church. I don't even know who that is. I love these lives. When I get notified, I like to engage it with like-minded people. That was the mission, you know, when doing these lives. When I first started the lives, man, it just came to my head. Live conversations, you know what I'm saying? And all the thoughts and creativity, like, you know what? We're going to interact with the people with certain real life stuff that people go through, you know. So That's why I came up with the live conversation. You know what I mean? In general. All right. Listen, Taylor Young. I think you're somebody who's perfect, man, for real. Because you keep bringing up these names, man. You're bringing up these names that we got issues with, man. It's kind of fishy, man. You started kind of fishy over there, man. If you want to go debate him, man, you gotta email him. You understand? All right. Britt Blake says, by the way, I'm just finding your channel this year. It's a blessing. I appreciate that. Britt Blake. Eleanor says, let's enjoy these lives now because in a year, you funny. You funny. Listen, I got another that would be another good creative thing to think about, you know what I mean? If you're married, if you got a YouTube channel and stuff like that, man, you know what I mean? You got to think of creative things to do if you got a YouTube channel and stuff like that. Like if you're married, you may have, you and your spouse talking about how y'all met, from before, the problems y'all had and stuff like that to encourage the people, man. So anything that goes on in your life and whatnot, you could be encouragement to other people if you have a platform out there. Shout out to Khadijah Reeves with her YouTube channel and stuff like that, man. You could definitely use that. He says, I would love to see Kent Hovind. He debates the people who believe in evolution. Well, I don't know anybody who believes in that. See if you can get Matt Powell. I'll debate him on the Trinity. And once saved, always saved. Listen, I gotta write this stuff down, man. I gotta write all these names down who y'all suggesting. They said Marcus Rogers. All right. They said who else they said? Let me see. You said Matt Powell. All right. And somebody said the gathering, I guess the gathering of Christ Church or something like that. All right, we're gonna put that down. Somebody put down Jamal Bryant. I doubt he accept. You know. He says, "What other passage do you listen to other than Geno Jennings?" Well, S.C. Johnson. S.C. Johnson, old time preacher from the early 1940s and 50s. They still got some of his audio on here. Who else is out there? When a little bit of Stephen Darby, when he was alive. You understand? But right now, it's real hard to find other preachers who line up with the truth of God. There's some out there. I ran into one, but I forgot his name, man. I lost his contact information. It's a few out there. There's a few out there, man. They're just hard to find. It's just hard to find. Oh, David Lynn. That's where I gotta write down to email about a debate. That's the name right there. Thank you. Appreciate that at Audrey Walker. Drella says, I truly would like for my cousin Bishop Patrick Woody from the Church of God in Christ and Geno to have a conversation. I would like my cousin to come to the truth. Can we make that happen? Well, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, Wayne Smith from the Church of God in Christ, I don't know how he did it. I'm pretty sure Mr. Patrick Woody knows about that, being that he's from that organization. They both from the same organization, man. I'm not sure if does Patrick believe the same as Wayne Smith, according to that debate that he had with Geno. That question is to Drella. Mr. Woody went in on Beyonce, and I agree. Okay. There's really no one else to listen to other than Geno. Geno is a pit bull for God, Veron Harris says. sure. All right. Let me see if I miss anything else, man. Let me scroll up. He said Biden. Come on, man. Joe Biden in a debate. Come on, man. Come on, man. Joe Biden. Really? That's funny. What up, great man? We here just maintaining. You know, we're about to end this live though. You know, so if anybody got any closing comments or whatever the case may be, we definitely could touch on that, man. You know, leave your closing comments. I appreciate that, great man. Herman Murray is a good pastor from Texas. Herman Murray. Let me write that down. Herman Murray. All right. Eleanor says, "Do you buy your kids Christmas gifts?" No. No. You understand that? Not at all. They know daddy don't celebrate that. I don't celebrate Christmas. You know, I don't. You know, even before coming to the True of God, I still didn't. I still did. You know, I've been stopped celebrating it even when I was doing my thing back then, you know, in my early 20s. You know, no. You understand? Nope. Listen, these spoiled kids get enough gifts year round, you know, and they concerned about one day. Their mothers do, you know, their mothers do. You know, shout out to them, man. Good mothers and whatnot, man. Much respect. Listen, I don't kick dirt on anybody, man, for sure. If you're a good mother, you know, and you got a good co-parenting relationship, man, that's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up, man. I definitely encourage that among people. We know tense things can happen in general. You know, I've experienced that, but you know, it's good to have a good co-parenting relationship for sure. you said cast that. You funny. But me personally, I don't celebrate Christmas, man. I don't buy gifts or nothing like that, man. I don't do that. You know, I know my mother and other people be trying to give me the same gifts every month, every year. Socks and cologne. I remember those times, man. That's all I used to get. Socks and cologne. That's it. You know. You know, I gotta tell you this. Ever since I got out of my parents' house, I never bought decorations or even celebrated Christmas with gifts. And now that I know the truth about, I'm glad. You know, that's what's up. You know, a lot of people, they still celebrate it. They still celebrate it and whatnot. And you know, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and shove it down their throat and what have you. You know, it may take a while for a person to come up to, you know, the real factors of what something stands for at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Lewis. Now this guy Lewis, let me tell you a little story about this guy Lewis, Mel LaRoe, whatever his name is. You understand that? This character been, you know, calling my phone late night like a clown that he is, and what have you. His real name is Raymond McPhear or something like that. Calling him from different numbers in Connecticut. So his real name ain't Lewis. His real name is Raymond. You know, his father actually called me back, like, who is this number and whatnot, and told me Mr. Lewis, who calls himself Lewis on here, his real name is Raymond. You know, he told me that Mr. Lewis Monroe, whatever his name is on here, his real name is Raymond, and he's schizophrenic. And he acts like that because he haven't taken his medication. Listen, I don't care what you have, brother. You understand that? If you act a certain way, and him as a parent, you should know how to keep your kids under control and keep them taking their medication and what have you. because you're gonna play with the wrong person. They don't care what you got. They don't care how schizophrenic, how crazy you are, whatever. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean anything to me. You understand that? Because if you approach me in a certain manner, I don't care what you got. Listen, I'm going to defend myself physically, because, we hope that those things don't happen. See, this is the stuff I don't talk about. Let's look at the call logs right now, man, so I can show y'all. Go look at the call logs, man. It's a lot of nutty people out here, man, for sure. His number is he has an 860 number, 553-2248, Hartford, Connecticut. You understand that? That's his number. You got another number right here. Listen, we put you on blast, brother. You understand? Look at it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's go back to it a little bit more. Look at that. Hey, Mr. Raymond, that's you right there. Look how many times this guy called me, man. Silly people. Silly people. Call, hang up. Well, he blocked, so I don't get him. Call, hang up, leave voicemails and whatnot. The man leave threatening voicemails. I don't care if you got schizophrenic. I don't care about none of that. I don't care. That's at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So that's him. And you got a lot of these clowns out here, man, that email me, that call your phone, research you and whatnot. It's dangerous, man. If you pull up on somebody, man, it's dangerous. Don't do it. Don't you do it. For sure. Don't you do it. He said he wouldn't know the truth if God himself. That's funny. That is funny. Have you decided on the 6-panel discussion yet? That's something to think about, man. I got to think about that later on, man. We just got to get these debates that's, want to happen soon. And then after the fact, I definitely, think about it. All right. You said watch your back at all times. Listen, as a fighter, listen, we always aware. It's like coming out the military, man. It's like being in the front lines, the same mindset, man. It's parallel to that same mindset. So when people send threats and whatnot, we just rubbing our hands together because that's what we used to. We used to combat fighters and whatnot. We used to that, although we hope that don't happen. So Mr. Lewis, AKA real name Raymond, that stuff don't move me, man. That stuff do not move me at all. Schizophrenic, on whatever type of drug or whatever the case may be, I don't care. I don't care how crazy you think you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that, man. As I told your father, I don't care if you're schizophrenic. You will get the business. You understand? If you approach Tony Harvin a certain way, anytime you happen to see me. So Mr. Schizophrenic, or I don't care what you got, they might have a mental illness. I don't care. If you approach me a certain way and I have to defend myself, what I'm gonna just sit there, okay, he got schizophrenic, so I'm just gonna let him slap me up. I'm just gonna let him punch on me and stuff like that. Really? You got to be out your mind. You understand? What up, Daniel? The best thing I could do for him is pray for him at the end of the day. But I tell you what, listen, I will not let anybody pound on me. It doesn't matter if they got schizophrenic. I don't care what they got. I don't care about none of that, man. Protect yourself at all times. You know? All right. Rolling Snipes. In your debates, thank you for being fair and balanced. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's what I try to do, man, to everybody. It doesn't matter if I got a disagreement. It don't matter if I went back and forth with a false prophet and what have you. Everybody will get a fair share on here. Everybody. I got no favoritism for nobody at the end of the day, you know? What up, Free to Be? Cartels Young says, I was watching some of your boxing videos yesterday from boxing when you first posted. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's still there, man. Ain't nothing left. You know? Ain't nothing leave me, man. Everything is still there, man. Everything has enhanced and what have you, man, for sure. You know? But, you know, fighting has taught me a lot of discipline, man. You know, for the most part, you definitely got to keep yourself disciplined and humble and, you know, protect yourself at all times, man. Protect yourself, you know, protect yourself at all times because, you know, why would somebody just allow somebody just to pound on them, you know? And then and the other person excuse is, I got schizophrenia. I'm schizophrenia. Oh, I got this. I got that. So it's justifiable that I could beat on you and you just sit there and pound on me. Really? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You know? What up, Jeremy? Eleanor, you always cutting up. Willie says, what up, brother Tony? Looking sharp. Appreciate that. Cartel's Young. And you know what, man? Somebody put out a suggestion, you know, of like, you know, doing some like, I guess some online type of virtual workouts and whatnot, man, for the Saints and what have you, self-defense. And I kind of thought about it, man. You know what I mean? You know, because it's a lot of people lurking out here that's looking to do physical harm towards you, especially towards the vulnerable people. You understand that? Especially towards the vulnerable people. And I think, you know, if people have, you know, learned some type of good self-defense and subduing people, man, they'll be all right, man. It doesn't matter if a person have a gun or a weapon. You know, the moment a person pull out a gun or a weapon, the average person gets scared. You know what I'm saying? The average person get afraid, they get scared, you know what I mean? And this and that, man, nah. Listen, in any type of situation, you got to stay calm and collective, man. You know, stay calm, stay collective, man, for sure. You know, so I would recommend, man, learn some type of self-defense, man, especially women out there, man, especially women. You know, learn something. You know, all right. Appreciate that, CW. Jinju says, "How was the fried chicken? Excellent. Will you do actual live debates in person?" Daniel asks. Well, that's what Mr. Hand was talking about. You know, a panel. I thought about doing something like that, maybe like once a year. You know, like at maybe like a hall or auditorium, something like that. Maybe have like, you know, 6 to 10 people in a panel sitting down, whatever, recording it and whatnot, and just throwing out certain topics just to see what are their thoughts in reference to it according to the scriptures. You understand that? So definitely thought about that, man. Just definitely thought about it. Cassie Williams says pepper spray. pepper spray. There are a lot of psychopaths in this world. It seems like every other day there are shootings. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, the media be like, well, this person had this person was going through that. They was going through this. You know, man, I don't want to hear none of that, man. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't know that situation where the guy went into the daycare and started shooting up them kids, and the police was just sitting right there waiting. Really? Really? My goodness, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And if you go in places like New York City, Manhattan, Times Square, man, it's a lot of them out there, man. You know, if you watch the news, I don't know how many people took the take the train, the PAVS trains in New York or whatever, but there are mental illness people out there who would just push people on the tracks for no reason. No reason at all. They see a vulnerable person, you know, walking by the edge, by the tracks, and like, you know, they push the person on the tracks when the train is coming. You understand that? So whether a person got something or not, if somebody try that, man, oh man, whoo, my. He said that's why it's so hard. That's why it's hard to trust people today, because people like Raymond not being who they say they are. Absolutely, you're right. You're right. And this person was emailing me under the name of Lewis, but called me. He didn't know that my phone picks up the name of a person. They didn't know that. They didn't know that. Listen, you could call from a text now number or one of them made up application numbers. All it takes is a private investigator to search it out. You understand? That's all it takes. You know what I mean? To find out who a person is, and you know, stuff like that. If a person really wanted to take it there to find out who a person is calling you, doesn't matter if they block the number. You understand that? It's still an IP address attached to that, you know, number or whatever the case may be. So I gave him a pass, meaning that his father said, you know, he haven't taken his medicine and what have you, and things like that. I gave him a pass, you know. Yeah, you forgive people. I forgave him and whatnot. He says, I would get scared if someone pulls out a gun. Well, man, not me, man. No way. Cartel says, now in person, live debates would be nice. I drive down for that. Oh, wow, a live debate. It'll end with Bibles being thrown after. He said, you funny. Eleanor. I saw the video of that guy beating that woman. I seen that video of the people pushing an old man on the tracks. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You know, imagine somebody pushing you on train tracks when the train is coming, and you can't even like try to lay in between the bars. You unconscious. You unconscious, and you can't do nothing. Or lay on the side of the train, whatever the case may be, to keep yourself from being hit. You're funny, Jen Juice. Veron Harris says Raymond needs to be on drug Jesus Christ. Mr. Ham says I still want to debate the atheist dude. It's either or, Mr. Ham. You want the atheist on Sunday, or you want G-Man? Because that seems to be the open slot for both of them. You know what I mean? All right. Daniel says, saw a man beating his wife. I almost lost it, y'all. Almost beat up the husband. He whooped her by a main road. Fleming says, the heart of a man desperately wicked. Absolutely. Drella says, I was heartbroken about the young lady and her so-called friends went to Mexico and they beat her to death. They were all from Charlotte. I think I saw that story. You know, I saw a little bit of the fight when a woman was hitting her and whatnot, and that's a sad situation, man. That's a sad situation. You know, I'm pretty sure the friends know the real story and things of that nature. It happened in Mexico, so I don't know if what they did in Mexico, if they find out that they did it, you know, I don't know if they could, be charged in Charlotte, North Carolina, man, because it happened in a different area versus the United States, man. So that's kind of tricky right there, man. That's definitely tricky right there, you know, definitely. Unless they would have to be extradited back to Mexico to face those charges. And those jails and prisons over there, man, is more ruthless than over here. So that's crazy, man. That is crazy. I think an atheist would be a good debate. Absolutely. He said, Mr. Ham about to debate everybody. Mr. Ham, you gotta delete that comment, Mr. Ham. I think you mean on deck. You mean on deck with the E. I see a lot of y'all having typo issues tonight. A lot of y'all having typo issues tonight, but it's all good, man. Eleanor says, what do you say about old school faith-based Christians who don't believe in guns and don't believe in guns in church either? Well, it's taught that you can have a gun, but only for hunting purposes, with the truth of God. You understand that? About having guns in church, I really don't know the extent to that, man, because it could be a tough ordeal because a lot of churches out there, they have law enforcement there and what have you, armed security. But me personally, nah, man, nah. Not in the house of God, man. Not in the house of God for sure. But let's just say, a police officer is coming off his shift and he just wants to visit service and whatnot with his gear on and what have you. Or, he just stopped by the church and what have you. Or I talk about situations like that. Or you talk about a person who just happened to just want to have their little Glock 45 or their Glock 17 or their Glock 19, on the side or in a backside or wherever they can store that gun, He says armor barrels packing heat. That's funny. All right, we're about to end this live, man. We're about to end this live for sure. I thank everybody for coming on this live. I don't know if we're going to have a debate tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to have a debate tomorrow. You're forgiven that, Mr. Ham. It's all good. I understood what you were saying, You know what I mean? I understand the typos and whatnot. Sometimes I may have typos, in text messages and whatnot so I understand, but we're about to end this live, man. Appreciate everybody for coming on, sharing their comments and whatnot about this topic. So we're going to see if we could get a debate going tomorrow. If not, then we'll just have a regular topic or what have you with live conversations. So hope you all have a wonderful night, a blessed night, a blessed evening. And I'm about to just go chill, have a ginger ale, and get ready for the weekend for sure, man. All right? Peace.